Alrighty, welcome to Modern Horizons Draft here in Early Access, and we have just opened Kozilek the Broken Reality, which I think it lives up to its name. 9 mana for a 9/9. When you cast it, 2 players each manifest 2 cards from their hand, which means they put them onto the battlefield face down as 2/2 creatures. But for each card manifested this way, you draw a card. So you want to do it probably for the max amount just about every time. And you draw 4 cards, and all your other colorless creatures get +3/+2. Huge. So we're slamming Kozilek, passing an Amped Raptor, which I also think is a pretty nice one, and a Deep Analysis, but we're slamming Kozilek. I don't think we're going to get Drownyard Lurker back because that's a pretty prized card, but I'm happy to slam Kozilek first and see if we can build towards that. Julie, is that necessary? Next, we've got Orm's Chant. No, Petrifying Meddler seems like it's pretty good when you're ramping up to Kozilek. There's also a bunch of colorless lands, but since there's 3 in this pack, there's a decent chance I'll get one back. And I think I want that more than Ether Spike. Okay, Jules, that's enough. Jules. Apparently, the reason the dogs do that, she's just like going ham on her bed, is to get all like, sticks or snakes or anything out of the place they're going to sleep. But anyways, I'll take a Petrifying Meddler. I think this card's going to be pretty good at defending yourself. All right, what do we got here? Mox Ruby, Cordo Calls, Shuhai, Jason, Tukonda, Sirkovitz. Oh wow, this is a good draft. There's a lot of talented magicians here, but I'm pretty happy taking Kozilek into Meddler. Oh, now there's a Hopebender Quaddle. There's also a Deep Analysis, but look, this card's good, but I think with a 5 mana draw 3 make an Eldrazi token, you just don't really want more things that don't affect the board. There's also Warped Tusker. 7 mana 6/8 reach, but when you cast or cycle it, you get an Eldrazi spawn and it cycles for 2 and a green. I don't know which one I want more. This seems more like a tempo card, which is not really what this deck is probably going to want to do. I think I'd rather just take the Warped Tusker here. Like I do think that the Hopebender is good, but I think that just ramping up to Kozilek is really the thing. And a 2/2 flyer isn't really what... This deck's not really going to take advantage of that all that well because I'm just not dealing damage in that small chunks. Basking Brute Scale's got to be it. I mean, I like Petrifying Meddler. It feels like you can get those kind of late. Oh, the Ravager's also good. So Brute Scale's 2 mana 2/2. It has Adapt 1, and when you adapt it, or when a counter goes on it, you get an Eldrazi spawn. There's also 6 mana 6/6 Annihilator 1. Sack 2 Eldrazi to return it. Cycling 2. I think, given that I have 3 big things, I should just take Basking Brute Scale. There's just not as many good small drops for Eldrazi. So, I mean, this looks like a great start to me. We've got a busted 9-drop, a cycling token maker, a 2 mana token maker, and then a good, kind of like aggro stopper 5-drop here. So, I like where we're at. I hope we can get some more ramp here. And I mean, I wouldn't mind another like finisher type card, but you don't need a ton of those, I don't think. Yeah, the Rain of Frogs card is good. Imagine you just cast Kozilek and pass, and they're like, okay, end of turn, Rain of Frogs, Kozilek, something else. All right, what do we got here? Well, we're not branching Evolution. We're not doing that. That's like the modified deck. And then Battle Wagon's great in the energy deck, but we're definitely going to take Nightshade Dryad. 2 mana 1/2 Death Touch. It adds colorless or mana of any color. What a great pickup. Also, Bountiful Landscape is the one you want most in the Eldrazi deck because they're teamer, but I'm not doing that. So this has felt like a modern Horizon set insofar as it has some pretty strong linear themes. Like, I'm not even looking at some of the green and blue cards, like the ones that make energy or the ones that do counters, even though they're in my colors because I'm in the Eldrazi kind of path. So I like that about the other Modern Horizon set, but we'll see how this plays out. Okay, so there's another Petrifying Meddler here and an Unfathomable Truths. I think I'll take the Truths. Draw 3 and make an Eldrazi spawn seems pretty great. I did pick up another ramp card here. I just feel like you'll get as many Meddlers as you want generally, so let's do that. Oh, no, Lucid Iguana, I haven't talked a whole lot about that. Yeah, Foul Strike is a funny one. The cartoon eyes popping out. I mean, I do like that we're 6 picks in and every pick has been kind of on plan here. Hopefully we play Sirkovitz round 1, and if we're really lucky, we'll play Sirkovitz round 2 also. Though we'd probably be in different brackets after round 1. I mean, if you play round 1, you actually have to be, but... Oh, Drownyard Lurker? Yes, please. I mean, this is look great. Passing another Primal Prayer. Someone could really go nuts with this Alurin deck. And this is the Grixis land. Yeah, who cares about that? All right. Boom, boom, boom. I don't think I haven't been forcing blue-green. It just, that's the color pair you want when you open Kozilek. Non-basic lands or island. No. Late Cranial Ram and Nyxborn Unicorn. I think I'll take Snow-Covered Wastes. Depending on the deck, I might want some colorless lands. Currently, I have no specific need for colorless mana, though I do have a Nightshade Dryad, a Snow-Covered Wastes, 2 Cyclers that make Eldrazi, and Unfathomable Truths that make Eldrazi. So I have a lot of colorless mana, but it's only some of the higher rare Eldrazi that get you that. Okay, so this is Abzan. That's really not what I want, but 2 mana 0/4 that taps for a colorless, which seems pretty great. It taps to cast all of my spells or activate all my abilities. I mean, my curve actually looks really nice here, especially if you consider that the 2 7s are also 3s. So this is Island Mountain Plains. Yeah, I might be able to play that. I don't think I care about Gift of the Viper here. Urza's Cave, sure. I'll take another colorless card. I don't think I want Temperamental Oozewag very much. I mean, right now I wouldn't play the Wastes or the Cave, though. Landscape could help me splash red. I'll take Emerald Medallion just to ship a black and a white card. And I'll still hate. Oh, last pick Foul Strike, huh? Any Eldrazi's? Oh, Springheart Nantuko. So it's a 2 mana 1/1. You can bestow and give a creature +1/+1. But whenever you play a land, you either get a 1/1, or if it's on something, you can pay 2 and make a copy. That's probably great. I don't know. You bestow this onto think about it. Just cast Meddler, and then on next turn, just bestow on a Meddler, play a land, you get another Meddler. That sounds absurd. Okay, let's do that. Let's take Springheart Nantuko over Void Pouncer and some lands. All right, I am in. Estrid's Invocation. This copies enchantments. Yeah, not really into that. Don't think Wormcoil Larva. Oh, Writhing Chrysalis is a really strong card. 4 mana 2/3 makes 2 1/1s, or makes 2 0/1 Eldrazi spawn, and when you sack an Eldrazi, it gets a counter, and it has reach. I think I'm going to want that over Trickster's Elk. The Elk is okay. You bestow onto their creature, it loses all abilities, and becomes a 3/3, and then when that creature dies, you get a 3/3. But I feel like splashing the Chrysalis seems good. I even have a land that can help splash, and Nightshade Dryad can help splash. 3 mana 1/5. It makes things every land type and every creature type. No, I don't really want that, but I am very interested in It Heralds the End. So now we've got a colorless card, but I have a lot of ways to cast it, so I think that's going to be good. Disciple of Prerelease also doesn't seem too bad, but whenever you sack a non-token permanent, no, that doesn't seem like it actually does that much for me. Don't care about Fangs of Colonia. I think I'll just take a land. Another red-blue-white land just makes... It's another red-blue land to splash the... Where'd it go? Oh, the Writhing Chrysalis. And it's also a colorless land to help cast It That Heralds the End. And I don't think I care about Fangs or... Yeah, I don't think any of these things matter too much. All right. Take that. Reef Worm. This direction, the packs have not been as good. I guess I could take Reef Worm. I don't really think it's going to be good in this deck. Like, I don't have any ways to sacrifice it, but I don't really see any of these other cards being good either. So, sure, I'll take that and probably not play it. Hydra Trainer. Number of counters on permanents you control. I mean, we're just getting packs with all black cards. I guess I'll Wavebreaker. No, maybe I'll just Hydra Trainer. I don't know. I don't really think I want to play those either way. Okay, a land wield. So this is mountain, forest, or plains. And this is plain, swamp, or forest. So that doesn't help. But Sheltering Landscape does. I'm not going to cast Brea. Revitalizing Repast. Doesn't seem like it's that impressive. Sylvan Safekeeper. That card's kind of good. I don't really want an Oozewag. I guess I'll just take another land. This is island or mountain. All right. I have a lot of lands here. The Snow-Covered Wastes and this Urza's Cave can get out. I have 4 colorless lands that all also sack to fix my colors in some way. Let's see, because this is red, blue, red, green, and wait, oh, another red, blue. Yeah, it's a lot of red, blues. I guess I'll take Consign to Memory. And then this is red, green, and this is green, blue. Oh, I should definitely take the green, blue land. I mean, it does mean picking up more colorless cards will work. Right now I only have one, but I would imagine I'll pick up like one or two in this pack, hopefully, especially since this pack seems like it was a lot worse. Like maybe, you know, well, it's probably Sirkovich who's screwing me, but no, maybe some combo of these three players are playing Eldrazi or blue-green, and it seems like these players were less likely to be doing that based on how pack one went. Like, if you don't count the 4 lands, I have 12 playables, but I also have some cards. I could play Reef Worm, I could play Hydro Trainer or Foul Strike if I needed to. So, I don't mind that. I have a bunch of good ramp. I just need to get some more things to ramp into. And once we go from there, I'll be happy if I pick up a little bit more. I mean, I do have some great high end already. Oh, Void Pouncer. If it was kicked, yeah, that seems pretty good. I've got a bunch of ways to kick it. I'll take the Oozewag, sure. I'll pass the last pick, Hex Gold Slith. Really good white common, too. So, oh, I've already cycled these. In my first game, I cycled these in my red-blue deck that had the 2-mana artifact that taps for any color. I cycled a red-blue-white land, which is pretty nice. It's funny, I didn't actually get any of the red, blue, green lands. All right. Any Eldrazi's? No. What is Korem the Undertaker? 05. Not a bad card, but I don't really want it here. Oh, I might take Amphibian Downpour. Oh, no, I should take Wumpus Aberration. In this deck, it's going to be pretty commonly just a 4-mana 6/6 trample. That's pretty good. So I'm going to take that. I would like a Nightshade Dryad, but I think the Wumpus is going to be great here. And Hunger Tide Rises, Colossal Dreadmask. Yeah, those are some cards I could play. Let's just get some big things, shall we? Would not mind some other good 8-9 mana Eldrazi. Kozilek's Unsealing would be pretty nice. Yeah, we've got a lot riding on this pack. It feels like pack 2 was a setup pack because I wasn't getting a whole lot, but I got a bunch of good lands. I got an It Herald at the end. Pack 3 is where I'm going to hopefully get paid off. Though I did get the Springheart Nantuko. I think this card is also pretty good. Someone could have had a lot of branching evolutions. I'll probably just take Eldrazi Ravager. I think the card's good. Psychic Frog's also a fantastic card. But, yeah, I mean, 6 mana, 6/6 Annihilator 1 with cycling, and then you can also sack 2 Eldrazi spawn to get it back to your hand. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. It doesn't cost 7, which is funny. But, so it can't be cheaper with this, though. I guess it would still cost 6. I mean, I have like 2 Mana Dorks plus the Brood Scale. So I have some like pretty decent ramping, plus the 2 7-drops that cycle for 3 mana. So I'm really hoping to just get like, you know, something for each end of the scale. Like another big card. Oh, there's an Emrakul. This is a little big. Madness Pace 6 colorless. How are we discarding this? Is there any way? I don't really think so. I mean, I'll probably take it still. You get all their creatures as flying, pro spells, pro permanents that were cast this turn, but when it leaves the battlefield, you sack all your creatures? Yeah, sure. I mean, it does mean I'm just going to have to make a lot of Eldrazi spawns here, but we'll see if I can get there on that. Anyways, I got my big thing, and now I want like another medium thing and another small thing, and then that's it. But I guess I need a little more playables than that, but hopefully we'll be able to get there. Kozilek's a lot better than Emrakul, unfortunately. And here, oh, there we go. Path of Annihilation. 4 mana, makes 2 Eldrazi spawn. Whenever you cast a 7-drop, you gain 4 life, and all your Eldrazi just tap for mana now. Okay, that's the way we get to casting Emrakul, right? All right. We need some more 7s. We've got 4. I guess like another one would be nice. Especially if it's like one of the cycling ones. More Petrifying Meddlers would be nice. Nightshade Dryads, any of those things. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, Eldrazi linebacker. So 1 colorless and red, 3/3 devoid trample. Beginning of combat in your turn, target creature hates and plus X+O or X number of Eldrazi you control. Yeah, that sounds pretty great. Oh wait, there's another Nightshade Dryad. Hold on. This is tough. Nightshade Dryad is good, but I think the line breaker. It just giving one of your creatures +3+0 and trample or +4+0 and trample seems pretty great. It just seems such a strong card. I don't know. Okay. There's a Brain Surge, draw 4, put 2 back. Oh, Warp Tusker. I do like Unfathomable Truths, but I gotta take Warp Tusker. This is cute though. Make your Eldrazi's cheaper, but Warp Tusker is the gem. This does look like a linebacker for sure. And we're at 23 playables with 5 lands, so still need 5 more playables. Nah, that's doable. Also, I can put some cards in if I need to. I mean, I could just take a Bountiful Landscape. That's probably good too. There's also Nyxborn Hydra. Bestow. I mean, this could be a 7-drop creature, which is kind of nice. Do I need another land? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I think that the land is going to be pretty nice. Oh, Demon Furrier, a little bit of Ether Revolt would have been nice in the energy deck. Demon Furrier is a little bit of interaction, seems fine too. All right, so we're not getting too much more on the Eldrazi side here. One more Unfathomable Truths or one more Petrifying Meddler would have been great, but you know, you can do what you can do. Hunger Tide Rises. So you make an insect, you make another insect, you make another insect. And then you can sack creatures to... Let's just take a land. I don't think I'm going to play that card. And then here... Oh, Nightshade Dryad Wield? Are you kidding me? Okay. Man, I wonder how this draft... Like, it feels like we could have gotten more, given... If Nightshade Dryad's wheeling, what else is going on? 27 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... I mean, we're going to play 18 lands, so we're only 1 card short. There we go. I mean, this is like the one land I wouldn't play. Collective Resistance, not terrible. All right. Oh, I also have this Reform if I want. So this is... Oh, did I miscount? I need 3 more cards. I mean, I guess Reform is probably fine. It is a good point if you think about it, BK. I wheeled a good card. Why didn't I wheel more? Put another Forest in. I mean, these should be... Yeah, this should be fine on lands. And then, I guess my last card, do I want Collective Resistance, Hydra Trainer, Temperamental Oozewag. I guess I could take the Oozewag because I have a bunch of Nightshade Dryads. That sounds fine to me. I'm not playing the Wastes. I don't need to. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colorless lands already. That's plenty. All right. Temperamental Oozewag it is. Yeah, this deck looks sweet. I'm in. I don't know if I'm going to cast this Emrakul very often, but, you know, I will try. All right. Time for game 1 here. I'm on the play. Oh, there's a Kozilek. Yeah, I'll keep this. And this doesn't get a green. So I think I'm just going to play this, leave this as a colorless because I don't need any more red or blue. And then at some point I'll find a green. Play Sage. Oh, there's my Forest. I guess I'll play the Forest and I'll pass the turn. I think I want to cycle one of these things. Oh, I really wanted to pick up that card. So we're the Mirror, huh? 7/7 Vigilance or 6/8 Reach. I guess I'd rather have the 7/7. All right, cycle, draw. Oh, there we go. That I'm going to be happy to cast. So let's go Tranquil Landscape. I'm just going to cast Unfathomable Truths now. Oh man, I could have cast Demon Furrier for 1 mana if I lined those up on the same turn. Now I have 4, 7, 8 mana. So next turn, Well, it's kind of tricky. So next turn, look at them. Yeah, well, I'm going to get to Kozilek first here, so I think this is going to go well for me. So next turn, I could sack an Eldrazi to cast Drownyard Lurker. The problem with that is, oh, they have to discard? That's funny. Is then 2 turns from now, I wouldn't be able to cast Kozilek. I'd have 6 lands, 7, 8. So I think I'm going to do is cast Void Pouncer instead with Kicker. And then next turn I can just cast Kozilek, and I think that'll be awesome. And I get to hit for 5 here, which is pretty great. And Kozilek, I'm going to have to sack my tokens, I guess, but Kozilek is going to hit with this Void Pouncer for 7 right away. And they're going to have to put 2 cards into play, though I guess they could. The thing is, manifesting a creature isn't that strong. You could just cast the creature, so I don't think that's going to be all that great for them. The other option I could consider is casting Drownyard Lurker first and then casting Kozilek, because then I wouldn't have to sack any of the tokens. Oh, and then they're casting... No, I'm just going to cast Kozilek. Unfortunately, I don't get to attack with the Void Pouncer if I do that. I guess this one's going to be... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could cast Drownyard Lurker. Kozilek. Yeah. I could also deem Inferior, but that doesn't sound very good. Let's just cast Kozilek here. Manifest. I'll manifest an Oozewag. Yeah, I definitely want to target them. Yeah, but I can bounce that heralds the end as well. That might be something I bounce. And I think I'll manifest an island. Turning up the Oozewag could be kind of nice. And I get to draw 4 cards here. Oh. Oh, Emrakul, the World Anew. I mean, copying Kozilek with Springheart and Nantuko is not that great, but I've got some options here. I mean, they have Snapping Voidcraw is really good. It's a lot better than the Sage here, but I was on the play and I'm just going a little faster. Okay. Sure. What I could do is I could Springheart. Wait, if I Springheart Nantuko and copy this, it would be a Kozilek, right? And I just keep the new one, I guess would be the idea. Oh man, Madness Emrakul from hand size. We're not that close to that, but that is pretty funny. So they're slamming for a lot here. I could, if I triple block the Warp Tusker, wow, them hitting my Kozilek was pretty annoying. I guess I'll probably double block one of those, and I think I'll just wait on the Void Pouncer. I'll take 10 here, and that's fine. They lost that thing, sure. And they're gonna play a Drownyard Lurker. All right. So what I think I want to do, 3, 6, 7. I think I do want to Springheart Nantuko. The only problem with copying Kozilek is I get to copy. Oh, but Eldrazi Linebreaker. Hold on. Can I go Linebreaker? If I go Linebreaker and then Springheart Nantuko and then play a land, I could copy the Linebreaker. I'd have 2 Eldrazi Linebreaker in play. This is an elk now, unfortunately. This is a colorless. I could give 2 things +2/+0, but that doesn't seem like it does that much. I might want to Springheart the Nantuko here. I don't have enough colorless mana to Madness the Emrakul, unfortunately. We're actually, it's funny as we're like kind of close to this, but we didn't quite get there. So if I think I'm going to bestow on the Kozilek, and then that lets me make a copy of a Kozilek here. And then I could play it off the forest, and then I still have 4 mana left because I'd have to pay. But then I could also play Line Breaker. So let's do this. And I can also tap these two. I'll keep this one. They get an elk, but my things are bigger. And then I can, hold on. I'm going to play Line Breaker here. And this way I can sack that to make a 1/1 token as well. And I could give the Kozilek, I'm at 10, they're at 15. If I give this trample, I have 1, 2, 3 Eldrazi. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Their creatures don't have trample, so I can get a decent amount of blocking in. All right, let's send with those two. Wow, Eldrazi Linebreaker is pretty good. I mean, they can kill the Kozilek, but then they'll take kind of a lot of damage. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. They go to 7 here. All right, pass the turn. And then they have one big creature that I can chump. The linebacker is really strong. Wow. Oh, this doesn't give trample. Sorry. This has trample. It doesn't give trample. I mean, if they have another big play here, it could be bad. But I don't mind where I'm at right now. And I've got these fetches keep making 2 insects each, which is pretty nice. Wow, the Springheart Nintuk is a great card. 3, 6, 7, 8. I'm not that close to Emrakuling, but if I had Drownyard Lurker, I could be like 2 turns away. Let's see what they've got here. They're attacking. All right. So attacking with 7/7, a bunch of 3/3s. Let's crack this. Let's get a forest. Make a token. Token blocks that, and I think I just take 6, go to 4. Doesn't have trample or anything. Yeah, I mean, this could flip up into something, but it'd have to be something pretty big. All right. Land. And and a temperamental oozewag. Okay, Wampus Aberration. Let's play this, make an insect. And if I can, I wouldn't mind trying to not spend tap the fetches. Oh wait. Undo. I guess I'll tap this. Yeah. Okay. I just don't want them to counter that here. So now I could put their oozewag back. This has trample, and I have 1, 2, 3 Eldrazi. So Linebreaker, so they'd be attacked with 6, so 8, 14, 17 points of trample. Yeah, that looks like enough to win here. Okay. Yeah, the Linebreaker just seems like an absurd card. So that's 17. They take 11 already, so yeah. We're just sending in the clowns. I don't really think they can do a whole lot about it. Ooh. All right. Eldrazi Mirror as round 1, and we got there. All right, well, Kozilek seemed pretty good there, though them having their 2/2 that pumped their colorless creatures was definitely a beating, too. They had a good draw. It'd be really nice to have gotten that green-blue common that taps for 2 colorless. That seems like a card. I'm on the draw here. Oh, wow, look at this hand. This is just like turn 3 Wumpus. And what I think is not going to be like uncommon here is just not cracking Perilous Landscape very often. I mean, especially like this, the Dryad to get any color, all that. Oh, playing against green-white? A little modified action? Yep. 2 mana, 3/3. What a card. Let's play Nightshade Dryad. Just going to play the Wumpus Aberration next turn, I think. Probably stop their attack. And then next turn I can go linebacker plus Brood Scale. Jeez, look at you. Okay. Wumpus Aberration is pretty big. If they have like a pacifism or something and they hit me for 6, like that is pretty good. Like 2 mana 3/3 put some pressure on. But I also next turn get to play an 0/4 and a linebacker, so that's not too bad. So, oh, they're both going to get a +1/+1 counter. Can't do anything with that. All right. So now I can cast any 2 of the cards I want. Let's go Linebreaker. I think I hit for 8 here. If they want to double block, they can. And then I'll play Sage post combat here. And I am going to take some damage myself, but with Linebreaker in play, it feels like trading hits is pretty good. Also, this avoids the disaster scenario of them having a removal spell for the Wumpus. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. All right. Take some damages. Go to 9. I guess now I'm probably back to chilling. I'm going to put a counter on this. Make a 1/1. Yeah, I could. It's optional. That's funny. And I don't even think I want to attack there. Unfortunately, their flyer is now kind of beating the crap out of me. I need to draw a big Eldrazi. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana next turn. 9 with the Sage. Yeah, I could draw Kozilek next turn. I could draw... Like, if I draw the 4/5 reach, that would be pretty good. Maybe even tap the thing down for a turn. What I'd probably do is tap down a Watchdog, hit with the Wumpus well, probably just the Wumpus. And then do that. The Nightshade Dryad is also a pretty decent blocker here. Okay, so 3/4 Vigilance. And they hit Bestow, +2/+2, and Mentor. All right. I need to draw one of my big reach creatures. You see them mousing over, checking everything for secret reach. Well, I'm going to lose now, I guess. Cycle this into the Temperamental Oozewag. I guess I have 1 draw step left. 3/3 Flyers, good card. I mean, 4 mana 3/3 Flyer, put 2 +1/+1 counters. Like, that's just a strong card. Oh. All right. We got destroyed. So it goes. I do think that the green-white decks are probably one of the harder matchups for Eldrazi. I mean, we'll see. Like, if they come out swinging and then have a flyer or a removal spell for your reach creature, or, you know, like just a key pump spell, it feels like they can pressure you well enough before you get your big stuff. Obviously, I kind of misfired in that game, which is going to happen with this deck for sure. Like, I went ramp guy into 6/6 into Linebreaker plus another ramp guy, and then I kind of stopped there. I never drew one of the big 7s or 8s or whatever. So, you know, that's one of the drawbacks. Oh, the Wandering one. All right. And yeah, this looks like a great draw again. Dryad into Linebacker into Void Pouncer or Unfathomable Truths. Kind of regardless. I'm playing 18 lands here. Oh, and a Tusker. That's a nice one. Contaminated Landscape, that's the Esper one, yeah. All right. So white-blue or white-black, or maybe white-blue-black. Oh, geez. Okay. Mandibular Kite. Don't like seeing that card in general. It's a strong card. Like, 1 mana, 1/1 flyer, and then in the late game, it just threatens to make all all their creatures into just flyers all of a sudden. The Emrakul that I probably shouldn't be playing. All right, Nightshade Dryad. Well, if I draw the path to whatever, the 4-mana green enchantment, then I might be able to hardcast Emrakul. It's going to be difficult otherwise. Oh no, I don't like that. Killing my mana dork. I guess I get to play Linebreaker and hit for 4, and then the turn after that, we'll see what we hit. I mean, I might be kind of priced into cycling Warp Tusker. I won't be super happy if that's the case. All right. Linebreaker. I mean, who's the beatdown now, right? What is this? Exiles to put a ++1 creature. All right. Or +1/+1 counter. Oh. So we're like maybe red, black, white affinity. And this you could play just off of white sources. You don't need to be green. Though it's possible my opponent has green mana as well. Unfortunately, next turn I either have, like I have a 2 5-mana plays and a 3-mana cycling. So I'm not really that efficient next turn. Maybe I probably just cast Void Pouncer, because then, assuming the Linebreaker is still in play, because then I get to give it +1/+1 or +1/+0 and bash. Oh, there's the Linebreaker. Oh, there we go. Path of Annihilation. Yeah, that's what we want to hit. All right. Pass. I'm not going to send in the Linebreaker there. And then next turn, ooh, we are getting there. If we don't get disrupted here, next turn I get to cast Warp Tusker, gain 4 life, make a token, get a 6/8 reach into play, and then slam with the Warp Tusker for 11 or something. No, my Path of Annihilation. Oh, so brutal. All right. That's fair, I suppose. I'm probably going to cast Unfathomable Truths next turn then. Petrifying Meddler is nice, but I really would like to hit a land drop, so let's just do that. All right, play a land. And pass the turn. Should I have cycled in response to Enchanter? No, that would have been an extremely bad play. Sacking 2 tokens to cycle sounds absurd. I think the thing you're missing is that these things don't have haste. So they have the ability to tap for mana, but they couldn't that turn because they just came into play. So this is, you gain an energy and a life whenever you get a creature. And if you, oh, I see. And then here's some more energy. And then this also gives, you can pay 3 energy. Wow. It becomes a 2 +1/+1 and flying. Okay. Hey, what up, Spaceship Driver? All right, so what's happening here now? I mean, the Linebreaker means that I've got threatening stuff to play. I would still like to draw lands here. That would be really nice. The Petrifying Meddler is going to do some good work, I suspect. I mean, I have this Void Pouncer that's just sitting there. I'm at 19. I'm going to take 4 here. Okay. And I would really like to just draw a land here. That was definitely not a land. Well, I guess I'll just do this. Petrifying Meddler, lock down the Witch Enchanter for a turn. Make this an 8/5 haste and pass the turn. Ugh, being stuck on lands when you have got a 7-drop and a 12-drop in your hand is not ideal. This Reform is not going to do anything this game, I don't think. Now, whenever they play a creature, they get an energy, and then this, they can pay an energy to tap a creature, so it's not really a long-term solution to anything. But if I draw a land, I could go land, Sage plus Wumpus, and then I'd have 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. I mean, we're kind of getting there. Whenever you draw your 3rd card for the turn? I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. Next turn, I might get hit by the Witch Enchanter because they can tap down the Meddler. I feel like I have a little time here. All right, there's a land. Yeah. Let's go Wumpus. Pay with colorless. That leaves a blue. I'm going to start sending things in. The Wumpus is now... I mean, look at the line breaker. Now they have to tap the Wumpus if they don't want to take 11 damage, which means I'm not taking damage or as much damage. I mean, I guess they can tap the Wumpus, then untap and tap the Petrifying Meddler, but I feel pretty good about this. They don't even know that I'm going to play an 0-4 here. I mean, 11 damage is a lot. If they can take this hit for 11 and go to 7, but it just means next turn they have to have a tapper up. Otherwise, they're just threatening to die just off the Wumpus, not to mention other potential haste creatures I have here. Yeah, this card is crazy good. Like, I don't think it's close, this between the Nightshade Elf. It's helped that I haven't had the problem casting it, but I think my mana base is pretty good, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, they're going to tap it. No attacks, play a Sage. Some Sage Wisdom here. And then Warp Tusker being a pretty big reach creature is going to be nice. Cranial Ram, uh-oh. How big is that thing? Oh, it's a 3/1. I guess they have a lot of random stuff in play. I mean, so if they want to use their tapper to tap down the 4/5, I guess they don't have to tap it down. They can just make it into a 5/5. 15. I mean, they don't have the mana to move the ram yet. Or anymore. They have 1 energy. I take it I go to 10, but then next turn, I actually think I'm going to block here. I feel like with the tapper out, I might not have an opportunity to do so. All right, Perilous Landscape. How much mana do I have? 4, 7, 8, I have 10. So I'm not casting Eldrazi too soon, but if I cast Warp Tusker here... Go to combat. And so now I kind of want to pump the Sage or something. I don't want to pump the Warp Tusker because then that just gets tapped for sure. Let's see. What do I want to do? Do I want to tap I could pump the Line Breaker. I don't really want the Sage to die, so I guess I don't want to pump that. I think I'm just going to pump the Wumpus here. The Pumpus Wumpus. And if they want to tap that, that's fine. Yeah, I will attack. And then I have a decent amount of blockers here. Okay, yeah, I'm happy to trade off. That works totally fine for me. I know that their Cranial Ram was going to get moved anyway, but trade, plus I still hit them for 8. Makes me feel pretty good about this. They're going to tap the Warp Tusker end of turn. Yep, what's up, Sipkin? Welcome. And now they don't even have the ability to tap again unless they draw a creature. Which obviously they'd be very easy to do so, but if they don't draw a creature, okay, well, they did. All right, so now they get a mana, but 7, 10, 11, any land, and I can just slam Emrakul here. Yeah, I can't block. And if I don't draw a land, I guess I lose? Well, not necessarily, but drawing a land would be the best. Land. Boom. Boom. Emrakul, the world anew. Let's do it. Yeah, I'll take all your creatures, and then I'm going to be able to give Emrakul haste, and they can't tap it because I'm just taking all their creatures. So they're just dead. There we go. There we go. Oh, you love to see it. And there's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Emrakul, the world anew, is also going to attack for... Let's see, do you have an Eldrazi? I guess you don't have an Eldrazi, so only 15 by itself. No, they're just going to scoop? No? Oh, I even get to gain a life. And an energy. All right, Line Breaker. And, all right. Boom, boom. 15 off Emrakul. There we go. Well... that worked out really nicely. Let's just say that. We even got to rank up. I mean, I played a bunch of token making and eventually cast the Emrakul, and it was really good. I mean, you're going to win the game if you cast it. It's a 12 mana spell, so you better. But Linebreaker was sick that game. I mean, obviously casting Emrakul would have been good even if I hadn't hit them with Linebreaker, and I didn't need to win that turn. But Linebreaker was very good at just making them use their tapper on my thing, and it just had a lot of cool stuff to do. Yeah, one of these gets blue, right? Yeah, so this time, keep drawing. The last card in my deck, the Temperamental Oozewag. I guess I'm going to get to just play it on turn 3. Sure, it's going to be fine here. Yeah, I'm going to play Perilous Landscape turn 1 and sack it for a blue. And then turn 2, just play Sage, and then turn 3, Oozewag. Bountiful Landscape I'll save. This is the last one I should play in general because I can cycle this pretty easily. Oh, the Sage doesn't tap for colored spells. Yeah, what? This Oozewag is just, you know, very temperamental. Let's see. Oh man, I always just sack right away. Oh, Tranquil Landscape. Sure, yeah, I'll play this. This one's actually even better to sack because this one gets Island still, but leaves me to get Mountain off the Perilous Landscape if I want. Oh, they didn't sacrifice their Perilous Landscape. They must be playing an Eldrazi deck. Otherwise, there's no real reason to do that. Okay, Warp Tusker. I'll probably... Let's see. I probably should cycle that as my guess. Because... I mean, we'll see what I draw. But if I'm not doing anything else turn 3... And then I have turn 5 or turn 4 Meddler, and then I can play Oozewag or some combination of those. I could save the Tusker to cast on 7. It's pretty good. Oh, man, that's a good card. Oh, now I'm definitely not going to save it. All right, let's play this. Pass the turn. The second Tusker makes that not a very difficult choice. At least I get to play Meddler next turn and tap down the Voidcraw. But we're going to get to slam something big first. Well, I'm kind of hoping this Kozilek gets me there. Also, it's not terrible to manifest the Oozewag. Okay. Well, I'm going to get to tap down the Voidcraw before they get to 7, which is nice. So that's going to be my plan. Let's get a Mountain, because I think that 1 colorless plus the Sage is probably plenty. Mountain. Cycle. Make a 1/1. Play the Meddler. Yeah, Meddler seems really important for this deck. I think that I would prioritize getting this card. I mean, I passed a couple of them, but it was for fine cards, I think. Okay, so Path is also really good. If I cast Path this turn, I could just cast Kozilek the next turn. Yeah, why don't I just do that? That sounds like a pretty good play to me. Oh, it's even just draws cards. What a nice one. All right, pass the turn. I mean, I have 2 mana up, but I don't think that... I could tap these for 2 mana and then sack the other 2, but you really don't want to do that. We've got some kind of play. I mean, I guess they could be just sacking Bountiful Landscape more than any other play, but who knows? Or is this like killing my path or something? I guess we'll find out. And next turn, I'll just cast a Kozilek, and I'll manifest an Oozewag and whatever card I've drawn, keeping Warp Tusker and Petrifying Meddler in hand. And it might even get their last 2 cards, force them to manifest them. And then I draw 4 cards. Oh, Ugin's Binding. Okay. That's pretty tough. Ooh, okay. I'm pretty scared of Ugin's Binding. Like, if they cast a big thing, they get to bounce all my permanents. I guess if they cast it this turn, it's not the end of the world, because then next turn I can just play Meddler and then, you know, kind of go from there, buy myself a little time. Actually, it's kind of tricky. It's an interesting decision to cast it there, because they need to play something big to put pressure on me. But if they play something that costs 7, they get... Oh, no, you may exile. Yeah, no, it's just good. It's tough to know when to use that. I can't... If I could Kozilek this turn, I would have. But we're not able to do that right now. Eldrazi Ravager, huh? What do I want to do? I think I'll just cast the Tusker, because I get to tap those for mana. I get to gain 4 life, make another spawn. If they bounce my permanents, I didn't really lose anything. Feels pretty good. Pass the turn. Oh, I guess I could Kozilek by tapping and sacking. Wow, that's actually really powerful. Great call. Okay, this is fine because I don't mind them using the Ugin's Binding here. Because, I mean, this thing's good. It's hexproof from each color. I would like to draw a land this turn. All right, Twisted Landscape. Play a land. Play Petrifying Meddler. Tap the breaker because it's not hexproof from that. Pass the turn. I mean, look, the Ugin's Binding is a messed up card. That card seems unbelievably good in the Eldrazi decks. But I feel like, especially if I draw another land, I'm on my way to maybe beating it. All right, drawing a card is fine. I think I probably should have played Kozilek because then they would have had to top deck a big thing. Oh, okay. Bauble. I don't think I have a whole lot of that going on. All right, so... Oh yeah, that's a good attack. I'm not going to block. Let's see what I want to do here. I would like to keep drawing lands. I guess the Wumpus Aberration isn't terrible. Though I think I'm supposed to go path. Oh. Why didn't it let me cast Sage? That's annoying. It left these 2 up? Ugh, okay. Well, in that case, I guess I'll cycle this to maybe hit a land drop. But yeah, that... Oh, I haven't played... Yeah, I haven't played a land yet. Ugh, man, that was brutal. All right. Because what I want to do here is sack 2 permanents and then block that with the Petrifying Meddler. Yeah, I don't want to tap the Meddler there because I do want to block with it. And then next turn... I'm not sure what I'm going to sacrifice, though. Annihilator 2 is kind of rough. I mean, I could sack a land and a token, and then I'll have 4, 6. And if I draw a land, I could still cast Kozilek. I could sack the Path, but that doesn't sound very good, especially since I have a decent amount of mana. Oh, man, into Depth Defiler? Yeah, I'm going to lose. The Ugin's thing is pretty rough. Well, I guess the good news is if I replay Meddler, it taps down the breaker for another turn. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be my play. 22, I guess. I'll just sack 2 Eldrazi tokens. If I sack 2 lands, I can have 5, 9. I could cast Kozilek. I guess maybe I just am in such a bad spot. I just have to sack 2 lands. All right. I guess that'll be the play then. All right. I'm taking 9 here. All right. So let's sack a forest and one of those. Take 9. And it'd be really nice to draw a land here. Because if I can draw a land, I get to keep one of my tokens alive. Oh, man. All right, well, let's just play Kozilek. I don't really have a choice. I gain 4 life. That's kind of nice. I'll target me. I'll target you, yeah. Hold on. Do I want to target them? I don't really need 2 more cards. And then putting 2 creatures into play doesn't sound great for me. I'm about to be at 7. No, I'm at 13 now. I think I'm just going to do 1. I'm about to be at 17 now. I will manifest the Oozewag and the Wumpus, I think. Or maybe the Sage. Yeah, the Sage is probably fine. Okay, I did draw a land at least. I would be so mad if I didn't draw a land. And play a land, pass the turn. And if they don't have an answer to Kozilek, it's going to be pretty big here. And next turn, I get to go, maybe I'll play a line breaker or something. Oh, yoy. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat Ugin plus Ulamog here. I have 9 cards left. This is Annihilator 12. It got my Emrakul. And what does it have? Ward, sack 2 permanents? All right. All right. I will give up. This is too many mythics for me to beat there. I have my own mythic. It's also very good, but I didn't really have an answer to the Ulamog, and tapping it and sacking 2 permanents was really not going to get the job done. All right. Let's keep going. Yeah, it felt like we were a step behind here. Really what happened was they played the Cyclonic Rift, and it's just, that card is just so hard to beat. Maybe if I'd played the Kozilek a turn earlier, that would have worked a little bit better. But yeah, that's tough. I'm on the play. All right. I want to go get a green. So this is mountain. I already have island. This is mountain forest. Let's just go get a green with this. And drawing one of my 2-drop mana dorks would be awesome here. I'll probably get a red with this. I don't really need more than one colorless at a time. Oh, there's a little aggro deck here. Okay. And get a red and pass the turn. And now I've got cycle Warp Tusker and then play a Wumpus. Wumpus should be pretty good against red-green here. All right, I'll just play this, and then I think I cycle against red-green. I think I cycle one of the Warp Tusters, because then I just have one of each to cast, and they both seem like they're pretty good. It's not like red-green has a lot of flyers, so having Vigilance is not bad. They can't really be spending an energy, right? Oh, wow. Feels like spending unless they have a lot of energy sources, spending an energy for 1 damage doesn't really make too much sense there, given that they're going to be able to give things menace at some point. Okay. That's the card. Had I drawn it on turn 2, I would be in insane shape here, but that's fine. We'll just play Wumpus as a 6/6, and then I even have an 0/1, so if they want to give something menace, I can double block. And then next turn, I would still like to draw a land, but even if I don't, I can just play 2 mana dorks. If I draw a land, well, I guess I'm still just playing 2 mana dorks, and then I cast a 7, then I cast Kozilek. Probably win from there. I'm still at 15. That seems pretty good. If I was on the draw, this game would have been pretty tough, because they just went 1-drop, 2-drop, 2-drop, or whatever. Wumpus is uncommon, but yeah, it is a good card. I mean, they can't really have too much of an answer to this. Like, it's just so big that I'm not really sure how red-green kills it. Maybe a combination of 2 cards does it. This also sacks for 4 mana. I mean, Wumpus is really good because it's a cheaper play than your big plays, but it's like so large that at the very least it forces your opponent to deal with it. Or, slows them down quite a bit. Like, if they don't end up attacking this turn, the Wumpus is going to really have gotten the job done. Okay. I'm going to play more big things. I don't really know what's going on here. I'm just going to play a land and then kill it with the Simulacrum. Or they have like the 2 mana deal 4. Sure. I mean, that's fine with me. And they play a tap land. All right. Draw. Land is good. Land. Sage, I have to make sure they're not getting me on the auto tapper. Nightshade Dryad. And then the Wumpus, it traded for 2 cards, and they didn't attack this turn. And then now, they don't even really have good attacks anymore. I have a 0/4 and a 1/2 that are chilling here. And then next turn, I have enough mana. If I draw a land, I could even just Kozilek next turn. Though I guess that would force me to manifest both of my creatures, which I don't really like. Oh, wow. Okay, 7/5 that when you play a land, you get to kind of surveil one. I think what I'm going to do here is cast, they have a 7/5. I will cast a 6/8. And then that keeps my Death Touch creature around. So I've got 2 good blockers. Then next turn I can cast Kozilek, and I'll still have to manifest Drownyard Lurker, but it won't be that bad. And I'll have more things in play. I won't have to sack all these Eldrazi spawn, which means that they're a bunch of 3/3s. So the Eldrazi have wild stats, that's for sure. Let's see what they've got. They can play a land and then look at the top card and try to draw a creature off it. Or they get to keep it if they want, or bin it if they don't. Do they have a fight card? If they have a fight card, they could do something. Oh. Okay. Nugging the Nightshade Dryad, spending their turn doing that. They didn't even have a land to play? Oh. So that they can give it +1/+1, make it an 8/6. Is that right? Is there a +2/+2 for 1 mana? Yeah, I don't care. I'll block. I kind of assume that they're not giving it just... Oh, indestructible. That's what it is. Yeah. All right, draw. Yeah, I think I'm going to manifest them. I'll pay 9. And do I manifest myself? I'm drawing 2. Yeah, I'll manifest myself. I mean, this is a 5/4 right away. I have a million things to play, so I'm really not that concerned. Let's just not attack here. This seems fine. Plus, I can flip up the Drownyard Lurker at some point. I mean, Kozilek is such a beating of a card. Next turn, I can play It That Heralds the End and Writhing Chrysalis. And my boy, the Temperamental Oozewag. Okay. Do they get a creature? No, they milled a land. All right. They have 2 cards they can flip up, so they still have maybe something to do with that mana, but I guess not. Okay, they're cracking this to get a plains, I guess? No. I guess it's just a forest, and then they're landfalling again. And drawing a Warp Tusker. Oh, pretty good. Territory Color's a great card. I mean, this game is not over. Like, Kozilek was good, but what are my attacks here? I can't really attack. I guess I could attack with this. If they block, I can flip it up. They can give Menace to the Territory Color if they attack with the Charge Bug, but I don't think that is all that impressive. I mean, I guess if they attack and give Menace, maybe I just block the color with Kozilek. Oh, it's an 8/6. It's not even enough to kill my Kozilek. They have something to flip here? Maybe they do. And next turn I can play Chrysalis, and what I'll probably do is play It That Heralds the End and Writhing Chrysalis, most likely. Okay. Oh, they're flipping up a flyer. Oh. All right, so they're offering the trade for Kozilek. Yeah, that's fine. I will block with these 2, and this has Menace, so I guess I'll take the damage. All right. I go to 11. The Menace thing's gone. The Menace. Oh, Line Breaker? Okay. Yeah, I think I want to play Line Breaker and Oozewag. I could play It That Heralds the End. Yeah, that seems fine, actually. I'm at 11, sure. And then haste on, I guess, the Line Breaker. And then smash for 9. This seems pretty good. Oh, maybe it would have been better to double block with the other 2. Yeah, that actually was a better play. I was just like kind of tunneled on Kozilek. So if they draw a land, they can play the Warp Tusker. Next turn, I'm going to get to play the Writhing Chrysalis and give it haste, and then I can also adapt the Oozewag, I think. And then smash. Yeah, so I have a 6/6 trample. This will be a 3/4, but also get +5. So being, yeah, I mean, we're just going to attack with 1,000,000 points of trample next turn. I also have the ability to flip up my 7/7 manifest, which isn't crazy. The good thing is my opponent is out of time banks, so they got to just take some game actions here. It seems I guess they're in a tough spot. They're struggling to take game actions. So this is probably a spell then, because if it was a land, I feel like you just cast the 7-drop, you put a 6/8 reach into play, hit for 3, and then have some decent blockers. So it kind of feels like that's not a land. So that means I have at least one spell, plus they could cycle this if they really wanted to. Or if it is a land, maybe this is something they could flip. But, all right, no plays. We're not quite there on Emrakul. 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, all right, well, let's go Writhing Chrysalis. Make two thingamajigs. Adapt this. I guess it's not even sorcery speed. This gives trample, or haste rather. And send. I mean, I think I'd probably send with this. I don't think I want to send with Herald, hit that heralds the end. They block there. I mean, well, if I do send with it that heralds the end, let's see. Assume they have like a removal spell for this. If the heralds and they block there, then they just take. Yeah, I think it's actually fine to attack with that too. I mean, I don't really know. Okay. They flipped this up and then adapted it. Okay. And getting back something. I mean, does this stop them from dying? I guess they chump, they block, they chump, and they take 10 going to 1. Yeah. Seems like a difficult way to go about it, but oh, what? Oh, I see. They're just dead to the Writhing Chrysalis. Okay, whew. We got there. Definitely should have double blocked with the non-Kozilek creatures, but it turns out casting Haymaker after Haymaker did the trick, and that is a dub. All right. What do we got? We're like 3 and 2. All right, let's get to 4, shall we? Any advice for a first-time paper player going to play in a sealed event? Just try to keep track of everything that's going on, and there's no one there to do your triggers for you, so you got to remember those. Mostly, I would say just to try to make sure you know what's happening and not play too fast. But otherwise, it's the same. You still get to play Magic. You know how to do that. Oh, okay. Here we go. I'm ready for this Path of Annihilation to carry me to Emrakul here. I get to play It That Heralds the End to make it even 1 cheaper. Oh, this horrible reform. Next turn, I guess I'll probably just play Void Pouncer if I don't draw anything else to do. In an ideal world, I draw like one of the Cycling Eldrazi or something like that. Oh, wow. That's a good card. All right. Oh, Sage of the Unknowable. I mean, that is good. This goes and gets an island here. All right, and I'll still play the Void Pouncer, though. I don't know. It's a 4/2. It doesn't really feel like I have plenty of things to do once I hit 5 mana, so I'm doing this. Oh, Reform is pretty bad. It's like one of the last cards I put in my deck. Just I needed another playable. It's not a good card. It's just when it dies, they get a thing. So let's just not trade, especially since Path of Annihilation. I mean, can I just cast Emrakul next turn? I think I can. Oh, I should have cast the Sage off those two. I'm such an idiot. 4, 5, 6, 10. Yeah, I can just cast Emrakul. Turn 5. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Because I get to tap these for 8 mana. Oh, I guess I have to draw a land. All right, well, let's cast Warp Tusker. I mean, it's fine. We'll wait a turn till we get, so we can get more creatures off the Emrakul. We'll cast the Sage, and then pass. Path of Annihilation is quite the card. Holy moly. I mean, look at this. They could play a big thing this turn. They get to sack all their Eldrazi spawn for it. But if it doesn't involve killing Path of Annihilation or like bouncing a bunch of my stuff, it feels like I'm going to get to Emrakul here pretty nicely. 4, 7, 8. And I could even attack with the Warp Tusker too. And thankfully I have this Reform. Having the Reform as backup is critical here. The thing is, they can also play something, but they can play like one thing. They're not going to be able to play like a bunch of things. Because they have to sack... Well, I guess they could play like 2 things, but because I have the path and they don't, they have to sack their Eldrazi spawn like a fool. So they don't get to like just slam Haymaker after Haymaker. Another Writhing Chrysalis. Great. Fantastic. I'm okay with that. Doesn't look like I'm getting disenchanted here. Into Nightshade Dryad. All right. And then both the Chrysalises get bigger. Yeah, luckily I have this Reform though as backup. And slam. Whoop. Yoink. Oh yeah, I'll take all your creatures, please. Is the appropriate answer to that. I mean, they get to sack all their creatures, and then the Writhing Chrysalises get massive, and I get to steal them. Also, I gain 4 life off of the thing. Oh, wow. Emrakul is about to win me 2 games here. That's pretty wild. And I guess I just attack and pass the turn. I don't really need to do anything else. I guess I could have tapped that for blue to cast Reform, but... Oh, wow, they have another one? That's nice. Boom. Yeah, Emrakul. Well, there we go. All right, that'll do it for this deck. We got to move on to the next, but this was sick. This deck worked out really nicely. I lost to an Eldrazi deck that had Ugin's Binding, or whatever the bounce, Kozilek's Return spell is, and I lost, I don't even remember the second loss at this point. It's been so far in the past. No, I probably just got... I think something was a little too fast. I don't remember. But, I mean, Path of Annihilation, definitely... Oh, yeah, green-white beats. That's right. Path of Annihilation, definitely key in casting Emrakul, though I did cast it without it once. Kozilek, fantastic. Would first pick again. I like the Meddler a lot. I like Truth. Chrysalis is good. I mean, all these cards are really good. And double Nightshade Dryad Sage was really nice, too. So, plus, Springheart is pretty sick, especially with like 7 fetch lands in my deck. But... that'll do it for this draft. As always, I appreciate you hanging out and watching me cast Emrakul the World Anew. Get to live the dreams. I feel like early access. Like in OTJ, I got to double Archive Trap. Here, I get to cast Emrakul. It's always good times. I'll be back tomorrow with another draft, and I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.